Hello, I wanted to present quickly my solutions for the never read challenges because they are made as a sequence. I will show you now the first one, never read challenge, which shows us a picture of someone called A. Anderson with the S at for the German, and this text that it shows this doesn't seem right. Maybe it does mean something to you with something that looks like a base 64. When we look at the copyright, we also see 2025, XOR, non, done, fen. Chessboard tiles at the background looks like it's chess related stuff. If I look at the source code of the page and the image specifically, I see chess image. So hey, we have chess stuff. It's actually called Adolf Anderson, and the image is named like a year 1852. So armed with that, if I do research on Adolf Anderson 1852, I found a game, Anderson versus Dufresne in Berlin 1852. And when you look at the details for it, it's actually a game that is called the Evergreen game. Should I remind you that the name of the challenge is called Never Read Evergreen? So that was the first hint. The second thing is that you have link to the Evergreen game, mostly on chess.com, but also lichess and chessgame.com and Sora. The main thing here is that the Evergreen game is actually known for famous gambit, the Queen Gambit, it's Queen Sacrifice, that is like making everything fall beautifully to get the victory for Adolf Anderson. And the actual Queen Sacrifice, so the Gambit, is this 21.qxd7. So yeah, it's a brilliant one, double exclamation mark, but the idea is that that's the Queen Gambit that makes everything work. Okay, so what happens now? Because I'm super nice, if you typed Queen Gambit, it works. If you typed Evergreen Game, would have worked. If you typed all the moves of the game, it would have also worked. And the move itself is qx d7. It works, which means that you enter all the game's moves. If you decided to put everything there, it would have worked. So now, what about this base 64 here? Honestly, initially, that wasn't supposed to be as easy as that, at least for the possible solution for it. Therefore, the idea was to start and getting a fan, then finding the other moves. So a lot of hints was allowing other people to not go through that base 64 encoding in order to get the solution. So for those who went the rabbit hole of the base 64 one, it's not a rabbit hole, it's also just a more complex hint for it. The base 64 is actually uncoded or something, and there comes the copyright hint. XOR non done fen. Uh, Spoiler alert, I'm French, and therefore I mix some languages here on purpose so that people don't see right away that it's actually some sentence that says XOR with the name gives the fen. If you take that and use the name of the player, the base 64, and use that with Adolf Anderson, you'll get a fen, which show you the same game starting with the position when Gambit happened. So if I take the fen and go, so that was the more complex hint that was lying behind the base 64 here. Now I made a second part of this challenge, which was tying on the fact that you identified the game itself. And so the question was, are you ready to exchange moves? And then you are given a cipher text that has curly braces, and if you selected it, you would see that it had 64 characters. The idea behind that challenge was to leverage the 64 characters and place them on the board, and replaying the moves of the game would actually move each characters and swap their position following the game moves themselves. What it means is that once you have correctly encoded the characters for each board's cells and having the swap occur for each moves, you can use the module chess in Python. You basically are able to replay the moves so that it swaps the different letters in each position, going backward in getting all the right characters at the right places, and it gives you this one, CTF. Curly braces, Anderson moves forced Magnus Carlsen to retire from chess. Thank you for your time.